So I've been picking up a lot of stuff lately, and I've actually been getting some fantastic deals, so I wanted to show you guys, because some of it's online, some of it's from a convention, and some was a nice little trip that I took, so let's get right into it. So this is what did Miketendo get? Picked up a complete copy of Guilty Gear X2 Reload for the Xbox. Now this is the original Xbox, and the game's in really good shape, really top-notch condition as far as the actual box and manual. The game's in, I was playing it with a friend of mine yesterday. The game's and manual is in really good shape, and it's awesome. I mean, I'm a pretty big Guilty Gear fan, so it was nice to pick this up for the Xbox. I used to have it on the PS2 and got rid of it, and I was like, you know what, I kind of miss it, so I figured I'd pick it up. As far as the price, it's a good question. Did I keep the receipt in here? I know I paid $6.95 for it, so it's about average. I don't know. Next we have Samurai Warriors 3. Now this is a Wii game, and this I picked up for $7.95, but I used $5 worth of store credit, so I really only got it for like $2.95. So picked this up at Game Exchange. It's in really amazing shape. It's complete. Even has the Club Nintendo stuff. It's worthless now, but still pretty cool to have. I used to own this, and what I ended up doing was I sold it because I got it for next to nothing at the time. And I think the reason why I sold it was I didn't understand how to play the Samurai Warriors games. And I sat down and I tried to play it, and I was playing it, and I was like, I was just totally lost. And now that I've spent some time with Hyrule Warriors and I've spent some time with Dragon Quest Heroes, I understand how to play the games now, so it makes a little bit more sense. It's a little less chaotic. So I'm gonna give this one another shot. Picked up Shinobi for the PS2. This one I got for $7.95, which is a pretty average deal. This is one of those games that I've picked up and sold many times, but every time I picked it up, it's been very, very cheap. This time I'm planning on keeping it, because I did the same thing for the female ninja version of this Nightblade. And so this game is it's really good, actually. It's a little quirky when it comes to the camera and the controls, but I enjoy it, and $7.95 is a pretty average deal for this, so I was okay with that. Can't really complain, and really the only reason why I did it is so that I could do the buy two get one free at Game Exchange, and so that was the second title that I got, and this was the title that I got for free. Boom! Quantum Theory. Now, Quantum Theory is a Xbox 360 game. Didn't pay anything for this. It was part of a buy two get one free. It is complete, so it does have the manual, and everything's in really good shape. Disc is in top-notch shape, so it's all good. This is a cover shooter game, kind of like a third-person duck and cover kind of game, kind of like Gears of War. Got panned review-wise because it was pretty much Gears of War. My thought process is, okay, that doesn't stop it from being a good game. If the controls are decent and the camera works good and the story and the gameplay and the characters are interesting enough, I'm gonna check it out. So because it was free, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a shot, and who knows, maybe I'll do a review on it. I don't know, we'll see. I got some ideas for it if I did, so who knows. We're getting to the nitty-gritty here, but this is a game called Spy Fiction, which I'm kind of bummed because I could have picked it up at a cheaper price. I paid $14.95 for it. It is complete. Spy Fiction on the PS2. This is a Metal Gear Solid kind of game, but the hook that makes it different is you can like disguise yourself as other characters that you see, which is kind of neat. And then you can play as one or another character, like a guy or a girl. It looks pretty cool, and the reviews for it were not bad. It was, I think, developed by Access Games, published by Sammy and Sega. So, I don't know, I'm gonna give this one a chance. If it sucks, it sucks, but, you know, it'd be cool to check out a new take on the stealth espionage games, and so I figured why not. Only thing I'm bummed about, which I didn't realize until just now, is that the plastic on the case is damaged, but that's a quick swap. It doesn't look like the inside is damaged, so what are you gonna do? Next is a copy of Mercs on the Genesis. I paid $6.95 for this at my local game store. Been wanting to check out this one for a while. It's a Capcom shooter, very Capcom-ish. So it's pretty cool. I mean, the sprites are a little small, but I had fun with it so far. I played it a little bit. I thought it was pretty cool, so figure why not add to my Genesis library. Alright, now the next two games I picked up at the same time. I recently took a trip to New York City, which is not that far off because I live in Connecticut, so it's really not that far away. Just hop on the train, you're there in 2 hours. So the whole purpose of the reason why I was going to go is because Charles Martinet was in, the voice of Mario, was in the Nintendo World Store's grand reopening. So I figure, why not? I'll head down, I'll make a day of it, it'll be cool. So I went down, and the line was wrapped around 2 buildings. It's wrapped around 2 buildings, and then it ended up that if you were looking this way, like this way at the front of the Nintendo store, right? Basically, the line wrapped around the Nintendo store, wrapped around that like several blocks down, went around that building, and then went back around. And so, like, if you were facing the direction that you would go to the Nintendo store, the line was this way. Like, it was unbelievable. And I got there, like, admittedly late. I got there at about 2:30 in the afternoon, and I figured, you know what? It was MAGFest weekend. Everyone was at MAGFest. I figured there weren't going to be a lot of people. It was a Friday. Like, I really didn't count on that many people being there, but wow, like, huge turnout. So unfortunately, was not able to go. I didn't even get in the line. Like, I saw how big the line was, and I was like, nope, not even going to get in. So I was like, what am I going to do for the day? I figured I'd do a little game shopping. So I went to a place called, I believe it's J&L Games, and this is in New York City. I really wanted to go to Chinatown because from what I've heard, Chinatown is the place to go if you want imports, and that was my goal, is to go to Chinatown. But it was just too far away, and I didn't want to hop on the subway. I was like, you know what, and I don't want to walk because it was like an hour. So I was like, you know what, I'll go 20 minutes out of my way, and I'll go to this game store, J&L Games. Well, most of their games were horrendously overpriced. It is New York City. So you got to kind of expect that, in all honesty. But it was, let me think. Most games were about $20 more expensive minimum than eBay pricing. Like, at least $20. Most games were way more than that. There were a couple hidden things that I found that I was like, ooh. One of which was the game that I actually ended up picking up, which was Super Valis 4 for the Super NES. It is loose. It does have a slight imperfection on the front here. This is one of those void sticker, or like, I don't know why they would ever do this. They put these like New York game stickers on the screws down here, and the problem is it's the same sticker material stuff that Blockbuster used to use, like those void stickers. So I can't get it off. I'll be able to get it off with some solution, probably just use like some cleaner, like something very safe that is not abrasive to the card itself. So I'm fully confident that I'll be able to get it out. There's some like slight smudge marks on the sticker. They're really hard to see. I'm thinking it's like food or something. I don't know, it's kind of dirty. But other than that, it's in pretty good shape. That I think I can get off as well. The back it has no sticker on it, which I thought was pretty strange, but it is a legit back cover, so I'm just gonna swap it when I eventually find, I'll go to a store and pick up like a 99-cent Super Nintendo cart and just swap out the back, so that way I have a proper back. So this I paid $25 for, which is about retail price. I figured, I came all this way, I may as well get something, and that was a game that I've been looking for a while at a decent price, and so I'm okay with paying retail as long as it doesn't go like way above retail, and so since that was at retail, I figured why not. So So afterwards, I headed over to a place called Book Off, which is a Japanese. It's primarily, I don't want to say entirely Japanese, but they have a lot of Japanese materials there. Not only video games and statues and manga and stuff like that, but they have anime and music and books and graphic novels and all sorts of really cool stuff. So if you are in New York City and you're looking for a place to go, Book Off is pretty cool. I picked up Smurf's Nightmare for the Game Boy Color, and I know the sticker is a bit misleading. It looks like it says 300 there, but it was $3, which is a good deal. That's definitely way under retail. So I was happy about that. You know, I didn't pick up a ton of stuff, but I was okay with that. I wouldn't want to spend a ton of money there anyways, because it is pretty expensive to go. You figure $30+ just to get down there. And then if you don't take the subway, you've got to walk all over the place, which is fine, which I did. And then you got to grab food, and you know, it's like close to a $60 to $70 day just to do nothing, to buy nothing. So, and then parking, you know, at the train station, the whole 9 yards. So I wanted to walk away with something, and I'm glad I did. So at least the trip was somewhat profitable. This is Elemental Master. This is a box and a game. No manual. Originally, I had a bunch of store credits saved up from trades for various different things, and we're doing an episode of Pixel Tunes Radio on Elemental Masters, so that should be out shortly if it's not already out by the time this video comes out. This is in really good shape. The only problem is the hang tab is broken, which I don't really care personally. The game is missing the manual, unfortunately. I paid in store credit, so I didn't pay anything in cash. Total came out to be $69.95 for that. So I was okay with paying that price because it was all store credit. A little high, but because the game was in such great shape, label's very clean, I was like, you know what, I may as well pick it up. Alright, next game is Philios on the Genesis. This does have the hang tab, which is very nice. This is a very minty copy of Philios. I've been looking for this one for a while, with intentions of possibly reviewing it, because I have some stuff to say about it. This is a really mint copy. In fact, it not only comes with the manual, but it comes with this really cool Golden Axe poster, which I'll slide back if I can and show you. I thought was pretty cool. It also has one of those like Genesis, we bring our kids to your home posters. So really cool. I may or may not hang it up. I may frame it, who knows. The game itself is in really good shape, so I'm okay with that. Sat down and played it for a bit. I like it. It's pretty fun. I mean, it's in the same vein as Elemental Masters, where you're not playing as a flying spaceship. You're playing as a human character. That I picked up for $25, which is really, really good deal, especially for one that mint. So I gotta thank the manager of the Retro Games Plus in Orange. His name is Mike. He is an awesome dude, so I really appreciate you hooking me up with that deal. Next game, before we get into some really cool stuff, is Sonic Heroes. This I got for the GameCube. It is complete, and it is not the greatest hits version. Every time I find this, I find the greatest hits version, or the platinum, whatever you want to call it. It's in really top-notch shape, so I'm okay with that. This one I have not played in a really, really long time. I played it when it came out and then just never played it. So I picked it up for $9.95, but a good chunk of that was store credit. As far as how much, I'm not sure. I can't find the receipt, but still, really good deal. Also picked up, because I really needed it, an Xbox 360 controller, and this is the Master Chief like Xbox edition. I don't know. Pretty cool. It works great. It's very clean. It's good because I really, really, really needed a second Xbox 360 controller, because I would have people come over and I'd be like, oh shit, I forgot to tell you to bring an Xbox 360 controller because I only have one. My buddy Justin went to MAGFEST, and because he went and I did not go, I said, can you do me a favor? I've got some stuff that I need you to pick up. if you see it. And I also had a commission done for something that I'm about to show you in a couple minutes. So the first was Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Amazing soundtrack, pretty fun game too. Actually, I'm enjoying it so far. He got this for $3. I still have to pay him, but $3 for this is a very good price. It's very fair. Next thing is something I already owned, but it has a signature on it, and it's Mega Man 3. Keiji Inafune signed this, or KG, I don't know, signed this for me, and well, for my friend Justin. And so this is, of course, my favorite game of all time, and I said, you know what, I have to get it signed. So I gave it to him. I was like, if you can, get it signed for me, and he did. And so I really want to thank you, Justin, again for hooking me up, because I am super stoked to have this back in my collection. I mean, it was my game, so whatever, I just gave it to him to borrow. And so it's really cool that now I have this, because even though I didn't meet him, what I'd like to do in the future is, let's say there is another convention, I do meet him again, I would like to get the box and manual and have him sign that as well, because I will never get rid of this, like, never. The next thing that I'm about to show you is a commission piece that I had done by my good friend Square Painter, and he hooked me up with a painting of Shantae! Yeah, Shantae, look at her dance! Yeah. So this is a hookup from my buddy Adam, aka Square Painter. You could check out his channel down below here. I'll post it in the README or whatever. Go check out his channel, because he really needs more subs to his stuff. He does a lot of really cool, like, kind of like art discussions about games, which I want to see him do more of those, because those are really fun. And he does speed paintings too, so you can see him do his thing. And it's really cool. I've got a bunch of these like little paintings hung up in my hallway when you go down the steps to go down into my basement where my game room is. And so this is one that, you know, I wanted something that would represent like a slightly newer but still classic generation. And I already had Solid Snake, and so from the Metal Gear Solid Game Boy Color game. And so I figured, you know what, Shantae would be a good addition, because I really am getting to be a really big fan of these Shantae games, and so I thought this was pretty cool. So, all right, the last thing. Now, oh, so excited to show this to you. I got this in an eBay bid, and I got an amazing deal on this. Now, keep in mind, it is damaged, but it's fixable. And I'm not the one that's going to be able to like fix it per se. Like, I'll be able to physically fix it, but I need to know how to fix it. Which hopefully I have a couple friends who are really good with this sort of thing, so they may be able to give me some tips. Or if you maybe know a little bit about statues and fixing statues, maybe you can give me some info. But let me go ahead and break this bad boy out. Yeah. This Morrigan statue. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. So this is a Morrigan statue that I picked up on eBay, and as far as where the damage is, first off, this is a gorgeous statue. The damage there is where the wing, I'm trying to find where it is. Where is the damage? It's on the wing. Oh no, I know where it is. It's there's some paint that came off on the wings. If you pull the wings out, which I don't want to pull them out, because this is a really like detailed statue, and I think it's made of porcelain. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not like the best statue expert, so to speak. One piece that I know broke was the piece for her wings on her head, which they were clean breaks, and I actually have the wings. So I still have them, and they are clean breaks, so I'll be able to repair them. This one, I don't know, this one was pretty badly damaged, as you could see. But this is a really cool like centerpiece that like I could just have, and it's really cool. So this is the Morrigan statue. It comes with a really thick base, on here as well. Oh, this is where it was. Yeah, you can't really see it. There it is. So that's where it broke, and it was repaired. And also the hair broke right there. And so it's kind of tender. It's kind of one of those things where it's just barely hanging on. It is very fixable. So it's just a really cool statue. I thought it was really neat. So here's the thing about the statue that I learned. It is a retail, like brand new, a $600 statue. And I was like, F that. Like, there's no way I'm paying $600 for this. I don't spend $600 on anything, let alone like a statue. And somebody had posted that there were two up on eBay. There was this one, and there was the brand new one for $600. Now, this one was going for like $14 at the time, which is unbelievable. I watched this thing like a hawk, and it was Super Bowl Sunday, and I was watching it, stepped away so I could bid, and put my bid in, and I was like, what is the max that I would pay for this? $100. I was like, done. Boom, put in my bid. Bid went up to 50 and stayed at 50. And I'm counting down, I'm like, I'm gonna get outbid, I'm gonna get outbid, I'm gonna get outbid. It's like 3, 2, 1. You won the auction. I was like, no way. So pretty awesome. So after shipping, it cost about $64 in total, and I'm just really happy. This is a really cool statue, so I'm glad that I could add it to my collection. Morrigan. All right, so I'm gonna put this down before I break it. Thanks again for tuning in to What Did Miketendo Get? Tune in for more on the channel. I've got more pickups coming up in the future, so stick around.